Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Stale Bread Podcast, and I'm doing the intro on this episode because we really didn't mention what we're talking about in the beginning of the show. We're talking about the hurricane that hit Asheville, North Carolina, and the events that went along with it. As you'll hear, I got stuck up there. This is our conversation on what happened. As always, thanks for listening to us and hope you enjoy.
It's Keller, and you're listening to Stale Bread Podcast.
Holy man.
You was almost dead.
Well, that's what I was just saying to Jeremy. It wasn't that dramatic. It really wasn't.
It can be for the story.
Well, my life wasn't never really in danger.
No real danger.
No, just
Danger's my middle name.
it was all just anxiety, really. It was anxiety of the possibility of not being able to get out.
Well, you got out before the dam broke, didn't you?
No.
After?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we got in Thursday night and went and got pizza, took it to the hotel. We're in real high spirits and, get into Asheville. Like, all right, it's raining, not terribly, but it's raining, a little bit of wind. We're like, okay, this is, kind of the beginning. We're going to, just sleep through it. And in the morning, we're going to wait out the tail end of it. And it's, we're going to go into the Smoky Mountain National Park. We woke up and there was no power in the hotel, which I thought was very strange because my sister worked in the hotel business for years. And I actually talked to her that morning. She's like, hey, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. We don't have power. And she's like, you don't have power? You're at a hotel. It's like, yeah. It's like, hotels have backup generators, like every single one of them. And this is Hilton, the Hilton brand. So we're like, okay, well, so we sat and, they're still selling, putting out breakfast down in the lobby, just with no lights or anything. So we got breakfast. We were sitting in the lobby playing cards, just, watching the storm outside. And we're like, okay, and about 11:30, 12 o'clock, it slowed down just as we thought. So we're like, okay, so let's see what we got. Let's go get some gas and head into the hills, head into the mountains.
Oh, man, imagine if you would have made it there. Holy shit.
Here's the thing. We left the hotel and we knew something was wrong almost immediately because there were cars all over the place and no power anywhere we could see. So we went down to like the Shell station right down the street to an Ingles. Ingles didn't have power. We were just going to grab a snack, for the ride up. It was, probably about an hour from Asheville. So we go to the gas station and they don't have power and they're not pumping. All right. So at this point we have about 70 miles on the tank. So nothing crazy, nothing to really get concerned about. So he said, okay, let's head into town, see, maybe something close to the hospital will have power. Hospital's going to have protected circuits, things like that. So we're going across the French Broad River, and the bridge is lined with people in cars, just not moving, just sitting there watching the river. And we stop, and we're kind of moving slowly, and we can see a house coming down the river, and trash and trees, a car, just everything you can think of, every scene you've seen on the Weather Channel during a major disaster in a river flowing. That's what it was. It was crazy. People were saying that the river, the French Broad, was 25 feet higher than it normally is.
Jesus fuck, man.
Yeah. So everything that was low lying was just completely underwater. So we saw that, and we saw, just a couple businesses and things on like the banks of the river underwater. So we didn't really get a true scale for what was really happening. So we make our way into the city and we get up to the hospital. We find the hospital. And at this point, we're getting spotty cell service. So it's back and forth. And we're like, okay, maybe the cells or the hospital's Wi-Fi is still working, being that, it's probably secure and all that. And it was. So we were able to get on Wi-Fi. I think I messaged you guys and said, hey, it's fucking nuts up here.
Yeah, we were your first contact, even though we're not on your will.
You were. You were my first contact.
And if I could have made it up there to you, I would have brought you some gas.
Oh man, there's no way you would have been able to get in. No way.
No.
We found out later that I-40 was gone, just washed away.
In between that, I was texting Jeremy, letting him know that you were up there, and there was no cellular service, and I didn't know if you were okay or not. I was like, Mike might be dead.
Yeah, so you guys were actually the literal first ones I contacted.
Oh, that's sweet as fuck, baby.
Your messages came up, and I'm like, all right, no, I'm good. We're working it out. So that's when we decided to kind of follow the power.
That sounded religious.
Yeah.
Follow the power, brother.
Follow him.
Wait, was it white power?
Darkness.
You heard it. You heard your president-elect say that. It's fucked up.
So we started following the power, and we're like, okay, there's got to be a gas station relatively close to here that has power. So we went north of the hospital, which is kind of downhill and then back up. And we found a gas station that had power. And there was a whole bunch of cars and people lined up. We're like, yes, all right, we're going to get gas. We pull in, and there's no pumps running. And there's no people inside. So they didn't turn the pumps on. But there's power. So we started talking around, talking to people there, and they said somebody's coming around 2:30. And this is about 12:30, 1 o'clock right now. So, okay, we can wait 2 hours. We're not going anywhere, obviously. We were actually still trying to get into the park at this point, because we hadn't heard anything about the campsites. The campsites were still open. So,
well, I'm glad you didn't make it.
I am too.
Holy shit!
So we're sitting outside this gas station for hours at this point. Nobody ever showed up. Nobody. There was a guy outside. I guess they designated him as the "Hey, they ain't open" guy. So anybody who would pull in with their window down, they got gas. No, they ain't open. So he left for a while. So then we designated ourselves as the "Hey, they ain't open" people. So that became the rolling.
Well, you know why they weren't open? It was like some disgruntled minimum wage employee that was supposed to go turn the shit on.
Absolutely.
And they're like, "Fuck this!
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting out of here."
And I don't blame them, honestly.
I don't either. If I was that guy, I wouldn't have been turning on shit either.
Yep.
I've been gone.
So we started walking through the city. We left our car there, or truck. We left and started walking through the city, just seeing if we could find any place that was open. Grab just snack or something while we waited. We never found a damn thing. So now we're like, okay, this is getting serious. We're down to our last 45 miles of gas. So we started looking for places to camp and pitch our tents in somebody's park or behind. Yeah, exactly. Quite literally.
No, I heard shit was really serious up there, man. I was talking with a friend, and he told me that they had to airlift Russell's Honda into Asheville so he could start with the relief efforts. So if he had to get in there by air and couldn't drive, it's serious.
Well, I thought he was going there to pick it up and chop through everything with his katana.
So.
You had to take it all down to Palm Coast, man. You had to get everything out of there.
No. He's had a crazy week, though. Last week, he had to go down to Brazil There were a couple kids from Palm Coast that got kidnapped. He brought them back.
What?
The legends of Russell.
Yeah, it just continues to grow.
Okay, but anyway, you pitched some tents in someone's park. That's
No, yeah, we were looking for
You made it
spots
sound
at this
so
point.
dirty, Jeremy.
Yeah,
That's how I heard it. Like, goddamn.
he's good at that stuff.
Oh,
So
pitch your tent in someone's backyard.
we found a pretty viable spot. You know, right around the corner from the gas station. You know, it was fenced off. We were going to jump the fence. It was a park under like remodeling. So we were going to jump the fence so nobody would bother us, you know, way in the back. And then my buddy Andrew found out through a cop that they told us to go north to Weaverville because there was power. You know, Publix had power. There was probably gas. They had power up there. So we go back to the hospital. So we get on the Wi-Fi. Found out Weaverville is about 10 miles up I-26. So we said we can get there without, you know, going into fumes. So let's go. All right. So we get on the highway and I-26 runs right along the river. And that's when we saw just utter destruction. Factory, you know, warehouses completely covered with water. Just all the way up to the roof. You know, you're talking, you know, 25, 30 feet high. Just water to the top 2 feet. We saw the Granger was completely underwater. What else? Oh, this like antique hardwood store that I'm sure had unbelievably amazing hardwood
Prices.
Yeah, that's they do now. They got great prices now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they were all marked down.
There's a tree clearing crew on the highway like ahead of us. So it's down to one lane on I-26, and they're clearing one side and chopping the other. You know, the secondary crew behind them is taking care of the second line. One side, second side, and it's just back and forth, back and forth. And it took us a good 20 minutes to go about 10 miles with that. But we got into Weaverville, and we found an Ingalls. And we pull in, and it's pretty evident that there's no power. And nothing really going on. So we're like, what the fuck, police? You know, what the hell? Why would you do this?
Can't never trust a cop.
Well, we think their communications were down too at this point. Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, from what I heard, everyone's communications were down, and the only they had was the walkies, and they only, you know, it's like a 30-mile range or something like that.
Probably not even.
It's like the telephone game.
So
whatever range it is, it's not
Yeah.
far enough to communicate with everybody on what's happening.
Right. So we get into this Ingalls parking lot, and we're thinking, okay, maybe somebody's going to come open this place up, you know, get power, you know, get these pumps rolling, because there's nobody at this parking lot at this point.
They ain't open.
Hey, they ain't open.
Did you become that guy at that?
We became that guy again. We sure did. We're thinking about making hats saying, "Hey, they ain't open."
Electronic ones.
Yeah, we could do that too.
Check out our merch shop when we get it.
That's right. So we're now in this Ingalls parking lot, and for those of you who know what Ingalls is, it's a supermarket. But we're deciding we can't go anywhere else because we'll definitely run out of gas, and we'll be stranded for real.
For real.
So we
For reals.
for reals.
For reals.
So we decided that, and this is about 5:30, 6 o'clock on Friday night at this point. And we also obviously made the decision earlier that if we do get gas, we're going home. So we're not trying to do anything more. So
Wise decision, sir.
So we set up camp under the gas station, whatever
Did you
it is.
pitch your tent?
I did, actually.
By the gas pumps.
No, definitely not. We
Have a campfire.
we tried, actually. Everything was so wet. There was no way.
Oh my god!
But we had everything we needed. Shelter, food, lighter, camp stove, whatever we basically needed. We could survive for about 5 to 7 days. We figured. So the only thing we didn't have was water. But we did have a camp, a water filter, a pressure filter. So we figured, okay, let's go try to find somewhere that's got running water, a spigot on the side of the house, something. So where we were at Ingalls, there was a Valvoline oil change place right across the street. There's always some water at these places, like on the side, either in between the gas pumps, and you could open the spigot and get water out of that. So I figured, go across the street, take a look at the Valvoline, and sure enough, on the back side, there was a spigot on the back, and it had flowing water.
Man.
So,
You don't know this, but they have above ground septics that they put on the back of Valvoline shops. You drank piss, sir.
Piss water, boy.
well, we filtered it, so
Filtered
it
piss.
tasted fantastic.
Spring Mountain piss.
It's
Yes.
sterile, and I like the taste.
So we filled up every container that we had full of water. We had about probably 4 or 5 gallons, and we figured that's where we're gonna go with. So we set up camp that night behind the Valvoline, because it had like a road that kind of curved away from the store, and it was kind of back in the woods a little bit.
The
So-
fuck spot.
Yeah, real good spot.
Where you can really pitch a tent.
Yes.
That's it.
So we set up back there and went to sleep, and I slept for freaking 8 hours that night.
Dang.
Woke up about every 2, but slept for 8, total, inconsecutively.
Well, I'm good.
Introducing We Are Schwaff LLC, your go-to for cutting-edge creativity. From crafting killer storyboards and producing epic sounds, designing standout clothing, hydro dipping, and wood burning, we do it all.
Follow them on social media on Instagram and Facebook at We Are Schwaff to see the revolution unfold. That's WeAreSchwuaff. We Are Schwaff.
We are Schwaff LLC, where innovation meets the future, and the future is Schwaff.
Glad you made it out, man.
Yeah, man.
Did you, as soon as you woke up, did you get gas or?
So yeah, that's the next part. So we wake up at 6:45. We're like, okay, there's 2 neighborhoods close to here. There's one that's got houses way up on the top of the hill, probably about 300-400 feet going up the hill. And we're like, we're not going up that one. We're going to go up this one that's only about 40 feet up the hill. So we went into that neighborhood, and, God bless these people that helped us out. But we got about, I think it was 4 or 5 different people, and we've got their names written down and their addresses and everything. But we got about 9 gallons from these different people total.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
God bless them, man. They had no reason to give us anything. They didn't have to.
Definitely
they
wasn't the gun you were holding, right?
Or the tent that you pitched.
Yes. But
Stick them up.
They did out of the kindness of their hearts. They all said, yeah, you can take whatever we've got.
Just don't shoot.
This one guy had a shed in his backyard that got hit by a tree. A tree landed right on it, just completely destroyed. And he said, I know there's a 5-gallon jug in there. If you can get in there, it's yours. And they had told my two buddies, Andrew and Blake, this, and I hadn't heard about it because I was, cleaning up over a campsite. And they came down and said, yeah, there's probably like 4 or 5 gallons in there, but we can't get in. And they hadn't checked it out. I'm like, fuck that. I'm going over there. And walk up to the shed, and it's destroyed. It's gone. There's no repairing this thing, no nothing. And I said, I'm going to rip this metal open if I have to and get this gas. So it had a roll-up door. So I just pulled that door to the side and much as I could. And, like in a movie, when the light shines down onto something and you hear the angels, ah, that's literally what it was. The gas tank, the can was just sitting there by itself, untouched.
Glowing.
Oh.
And it was the freshest, most beautiful gas I'd ever seen.
Yeah, did you huff it? Did you huff it a little
I
bit?
sure
Just a little
did.
taste?
You're damn right I did.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You smell that?
Just get me 2 Viagras and a carton of cigarettes, and I'll be good to go.
Jesus Christ.
But it had 4 gallons in it. 4 gallons of gas. So after we put all the gas in the truck, we got about 210 miles worth of travel distance.
Nice.
So when things get kind of back to normal and everything, we're gonna send some stuff up to them, by mail.
So in
and,
like a
and
year or
everything.
2?
Yeah, I don't know. But we're gonna take care
They
of
were
them.
mostly unaffected though.
They
besides the
were.
tree on
It's
the
just
shed.
power for them.
Okay.
Yeah, power and running water, probably.
That's wild.
But we're gonna get them. We're gonna get them some gift cards for Ingalls and stuff. Just for write them letters, just telling them thank you. Just unbelievable. People of Blueberry Hill Road, community, Waynesville, or Weaverville, North Carolina.
I got you.
People were amazing.
Choppity chop.
Absolutely. So that got us down to Spartanburg, South Carolina. We finally started picking up spotty cell after we filled up, and we were calling places. We were calling gas stations. We were calling restaurants across the street from gas stations saying, hey, you got a line outside? What does it look like across the street at the gas station?
They ain't open.
Yeah. So we finally got a hold of a Costco in Spartanburg, and they said, yeah, we got power, we got gas. So we get down to Spartanburg, and the line is wrapped around the mall of where the Costco is. And it was about probably 3 hours long.
Yeah.
But we also realized at this point we had really good cell. And we had about close to about 100 miles we could go. So we decided, well, let's see what Columbia, South Carolina looks like. Start making calls down there. And Blake gets one of the gas stations on the line, and the first thing they said when they picked up the phone, and goes, yeah, we got gas. We're like, okay, we're on the way.
How long is your line?
Exactly. There was no line.
Oh man.
We got down there. We got to this quick trip. It was pretty much right off the highway. No line, no nothing. It was like nothing ever happened. But as we're going down, going south on, technically it was east on I-26, you could see just lines off for the exit ramps, lines of cars just looking for gas. And we're passing these, and we're go, please God, please just let there be, an easy way to get gas. And Columbia, South Carolina came through. Give it up for the Gamecocks. South Carolina, man.
You gotta send them a care package too.
We really should. Just get a Gamecocks hat. But
These
they
cocks
did.
don't play no games.
We got a full tank of gas. We went to Texas Roadhouse and had a hot meal, and
that sounds delicious.
and just cruised our way back down to Jacksonville and got in late Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm about an hour and a half away from Asheville. Well, probably closer to hour 45 from where you were about. And we didn't really get a whole. We had some storms, but it wasn't nothing crazy as far as wind or anything else. We had some downed trees and stuff like that. Uh, but overall, it didn't seem that bad. But all the power was out, and we were out of power here for about 5 days total, and then it finally came back on yesterday. But we, luckily, being from Florida, the last bad hurricane we had, where I was out of power for about 5 days. After that, I was like, "There's no way I'm going through this again without a generator." So I went and bought a generator, and haven't had to use it one bit until getting to North Carolina. Surprise, from Florida to here. But yeah, that kind of saved us because that allowed us to have all our refrigerators and freezers hooked up, and even got a TV plugged up for entertainment for the kids. So, but used a hotspot for that because all the cellular service was out here too. So, the only way I could communicate with anybody was to connect to a hotspot, to text or call, because nobody else's service was working except for T-Mobile. They had service still, so. But they're still slowly getting people up. Not everybody's back up here either.
Oh man, I didn't sleep well the night of the storm because I thought the toddler was going to wake up terrified. So I stayed up until about 4:30 and I passed out. And then I woke up and you wouldn't believe it, but there were fucking leaves all over the parking lot. It was horrible.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you. You are an asshole.
This guy.
And you want to be my president.
Yeah, there's your president, fellas. Right there.
That's me. The asshole.
Turns out the west coast of Florida got slammed real hard with that surge. My grandparents used to live in right outside of Madeira Beach, which is just north of St. Pete Beach. And that's where we would vacation all the time. In the summertime, we would go down and visit grandma and grandpa. And the surge moved the beach like about 150 yards inward. Like the main roads were just, 2-3 feet of sand.
I just saw that house is filled full of sand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. From all the flood water coming in and rushing it in there. Yeah, I just talked to Rex, the bee guy that we had on the show.
Oh, hey, that's
Rex Mangum?
Yeah, his parents actually live in a bad area in Florida where they're pretty much stuck at their house because all the fallen trees have blocked all the roads. So they're steady trying to clear that out to be able to even get out of their house. I just talked to him yesterday about that, and he was going to go help, but he can't even get there to help them. So still a lot of damage everywhere.
The biggest lesson that I've learned from this is when people and the city officials and our companies tell us to gas up your vehicle, you got to do it.
And take a little extra.
I mean, yeah. If we had gassed up the night before, we would have been fine. We wouldn't have had any problems.
Well, did you know the storm was coming though, or was
we did.
It just a surprise?
It was
fuck,
it was
Mike?
It was planned. It was, we're going up to the mountains. It's just
man. Hindsight's 20/20.
Exactly. We had no idea 2 dams were going to burst. There was no way. It was just going to be rain and some wind. And we're going into a place where we don't need power or anything. We don't need cell. We're going into the woods to get away from all that. Really, that's the whole point of that trip. I've been doing this trip now. This is our 9th year doing this trip, and probably the 4th or 5th, probably 5th time going into this area.
You think it was your biggest adventure?
Oh God, yes, absolutely. Urban camping. That's what it wound up being.
Feels a little post-apocalyptic.
It really did. You could, all the people that were around us, the people showing up, hey, they ain't open people. were getting this sound in their voice of desperation. Like, I don't know what to do. Because, when you don't have gas in your car, you can't go anywhere. You don't have cell. You can't communicate to the outside world.
Yeah, even food, like your power's out, you can't cook, you can't keep your food, then all the surrounding food that you would normally go and get when you don't have power is all out. So what do you do?
Do you have gas up there, Keller? Gas stove?
No, I don't have a gas stove. We did, and we have gas tanks on the side of the house, but we switched it out because there was a leak in the gas stove, and we went electric.
Okay.
Which now I wish we probably would have had the gas stove. But yeah, I mean, I'm really considering purchasing a whole home generator after all this and just hooking it up to the gas out there to run the whole house.
Are you on pretty high ground up there?
Yeah, where I'm at, I probably should never get flooded. So if I do get flooded, then it would have to be a lot of
biblical.
Water. Yes, because there's so many valleys and other places the water would go before it ever hit me. So,
okay.
But there was some areas here that got it real bad too, and houses cover it all the way up to the roofs, and people on their rooftops down in the real deep valleys and trenches. Which I went down and I was kind of drove around probably the second night, just kind of see what was going on, and the water levels close to me were pretty low. They weren't that bad, but went out to the main bridge and it was almost at the top of the bridge there. So it wasn't flooding over the bridge, but you could tell it was super high.
That's scary.
And our dams here are pretty old too, but they've been holding up. So hopefully they keep holding up.
I think I'm going to invest in a 14-gallon gas tank. Just,
14 gallon?
Yeah. Yep. Just so a portable gas tank, when I go on these trips, you just never know.
I'm going to get a houseboat.
There. Speaking of that,
leaves.
Storm coming. Time to move ports.
Speaking of which,
oh shit, I went the wrong way.
In Horseshoe Beach, where this surge was horrible, Horseshoe Beach, Florida, there's a house built as a boat. It's literally a boat, it's like a pirate ship, but it's a house on stilts. So I'm curious to know if that house made it, and if it didn't, where did it sail off to?
Tortuga.
Yeah. Dry Tortugas.
Let's go.
We were looking. We were watching the news. We were watching the Weather Channel Thursday night, watching everything come in, and they showed this house that was just. It was just the water was just blasting this house right next to that ship house, and we tried to figure out where it was. And my buddy Andrew found it on Google Maps, and there's this. I mean, it looks like it straight up out of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
I kind of want it to get destroyed, or at least the stilts. I want to see what happens.
I know it's a horrible thing to think about.
Yeah,
you could see it online. There's plenty of stilt houses dropping.
Maybe we could just ask them.
We could actually, call them up. Hey, how's your house do? How's your house doing?
Why are people always so afraid to talk to each other?
Why are you crying?
My uncle.
Why? What the hell? Oh my god.
Well, Keller, everybody, safe and good.
Yeah, as far
the
as
family
I know,
held up.
everybody's good. Luckily, I mean, our worst inconvenience was just not having power, but we'd still have water, so that was great. So if I would have had no power and no water, then that would have been a little rougher. But
Are you guys on city or a well?
City. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well then.
Well. But yeah, I mean, it could have been a lot worse, but I'm just thankful that it was not as bad as what a lot of people have seen.
I was starting to get worried for you, man. I really was. I was ready to throw stuff in the car and come right up.
I know,
too,
you told
kinda.
me like 3 times. I was like, I'm good.
I
And then
mean,
I told you, or I was talking to Jeremy. He's like, I think Mike just really wants to sell his car and get a new vehicle.
that too. That too.
I'll go get
But
a
you
truck
can come
right
pitch
now.
your you can come pitch your tent in my backyard anytime.
Oh, gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Sound a
Oh,
little
man.
sweetness.
Today was the first day with power all day long, and it's just so nice. I'm built so much for comfort. Even the glamping situation where I had my generator, it was stressful, and I was starting to get pretty irritable about everything, snapping on people. And I was just like, this isn't me, but I can't help it.
It's times like that where you just got to take a giant swig of NyQuil and just sleep until the next day.
Oh man,
Eat
No,
something more NyQuil.
My liver's bad enough. I need to stay away from the NyQuil.
You just do heroin about it.
Well, yeah.
Become a heroin junkie until the power gets turned back on.
Hey. You're the crackhead president-elect. Come on, stop.
No.
Stop pushing
Don't
the other
promote
side.
my cause.
Oh, man. I'm trying to help you out.
The one silver lining to all this was after that storm went through, the weather was amazing. It was so nice. It was like 65 degrees, beautiful air. Just, oh, man. And we came back to Florida. It's like 88 and 90% humidity. I'm like, no, I didn't want to leave, but I did.
I didn't make it to work today because I slept so hard with air conditioning finally that I slept through my alarm and didn't wake up. I was like, well, oh well. Back to work tomorrow though.
Officially back tomorrow.
Well, I went Monday or not? Was yesterday?
Spit it out!
What is today?
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I went on Tuesday to work. I didn't go Monday, but I worked Tuesday. Then when I got off, that's when I started trying to fill up the generator. Then that's when I noticed we were out of gas. So I took all the cans we had to go back up to the gas station to fill them up for the generator. And while I was literally filling up the last can, is when I got a call saying the power just came back on.
Hey, now you got plenty of gas.
Yeah, the generator's full. All the gas cans are filled up. So I was like, all right.
Put some stable in that stuff. That'll keep it for a long time.
Oh yeah, I pretty much wasted 2 10-gallon cans and what was in the generator from before because I didn't have any of that in it.
Yeah,
So-
put some stable in there. It'll be good for a long time.
Yeah, I plan on doing that.
You don't want that stuff turning into varnish.
Hey, isn't there
No,
supposed to be
definitely not.
another storm coming up?
Yeah, they were talking about it forming in like the South Yucatan, but now they're saying they don't even have it on their radar. It's completely off. I was just looking
Aliens stole it.
probably.
Do you think that this meteor, the extra mass that's been floating around as our second moon, had something to do with the tides of a night storm with record surges?
Sure.
Did you hear about that?
No, I have no idea what
No.
you're talking about.
We have a second moon right now.
Fucking nerd.
I know. I'm normally the nerd about this stuff.
No, really, you haven't heard? I'm serious. We have
We have a second moon.
Yes, it's not visible to the naked eye, but it's a small meteor asteroid. I'm not sure which one. But it's
How can you see Earth's new mini moon?
there. You go. See,
There it is.
but
Oh.
you know how
Are we all going
tides-
to die, Jeremy? Is that what you're telling us?
Yes.
Unless
Tide.
Bruce Willis says this.
Shut up and listen to science.
Or Russell with his Honda if he goes up there.
The moon pulls and causes the tides. So it because of its gravitational mass just outside of Earth. Now we got a second little mini moon right when the storm comes through. It's almost like extra perfect conditions. That storm came through in the night.
PT5.
In the heat of the night.
Yeah.
Second moon. It's the size of a bus. Really? They're calling that a moon?
Oh, it's the size of a bus? Man,
Yeah, it
well,
says it's
there
the size
goes
of a
my theory.
bus.
But
33
imagine that
feet.
falling to Earth. What that would do.
Yeah, it would burn up in the atmosphere.
You want to hear something even more strange? The James Webb Telescope picked up an object about the size of a city, course correct, and head towards Earth.
Nice.
Yes. Only intelligent life can course correct. Turn around and head this way.
All right.
I fucking hope they get here before I have to pay rent again. I swear to God. I'm fucking done, man. No car payment.
Maybe they'll land out in your parking lot and clear those leaves.
Clear up the leaves. They got a Milwaukee. They're going to clear it out for you.
Burn them all. I don't fucking care.
Use it for fuel. We run on explicitly on leaves. You got any? They speak like Elvis as well.
Oh, is that?
Yes.
Today's your lucky fucking day, Mr. Alien. Wow, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We just need a little petrol.
Oh. Maybe we'll get lucky and they talk like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hey, is Arnold with us today?
I don't know, man.
Is he? Oh,
He's
maybe
in
we,
and out.
we should get Arnold on the show. That'd be a great show one day.
Hey, what are they saying? I hear my name.
There he. Oh, he's in the back.
What the fuck is going on?
Ah, there he is, Mr. Governor.
Governor.
What are you
Is that
doing?
the new Wendy's burger?
Oh man. Well, Mr. Governor, would you be willing to come on and do a full show with us one day?
Maybe.
Governor is not a Wendy's burger.
He said he had to go take a shit. So
Oh, okay, all right. Well, maybe we'll talk to his assistant next time. See if-
that'd be more
See.
professional than putting him on the spot like that.
Yeah, it would.
Only assholes do that.
I'll have to apologize to his assistant.
All right, to him, not to me.
Oh,
Different
okay.
people.
Yeah, I know his assistant. I know. So
Oh my god. I got teary
my bad,
eyes.
Jeremy.
It's all good, man.
Oh.
You could have just said no. He's not here.
He caught me cold turkey, man.
Oh shit! All
Well.
right.
All right, is Rodney Dangerfield here?
Hey, no respect at all.
Let's see who else we can pull out.
I talked to the bartender. I said, "Hey, bartender, show me a good time." He pulled out a picture of my wife.
That kind of sounded like Russell. Keller is the king of impressions, so he's gonna
Oh
do
yeah.
one.
Oh yeah.
He's the
I
fucking
did.
best.
I did Arnold.
Yeah, it's Norm Macdonald. Hey, how you doing? A moth walks into a podiatrist's office. Yeah.
Well, I want to hear that joke.
You haven't heard that joke? Oh, I can't tell it. I cannot tell it.
I might have heard it. But
Oh, the
just
moth
don't
walks into a
remember.
podiatrist's office. That is Norm Macdonald's greatest joke ever. Ever.
I love his jokes that aren't actually jokes at all.
It-
They have no punchline, no nothing. It's just, and everybody's awkwardly sitting there. That's my favorite.
They laugh at the awkwardness.
Yeah.
Every joke is a joke if it ends in crack whore.
Oh, let's not talk about Jeremy Small.
What the fuck, man?
Oh, wow.
God damn.
Wow. I thought we had come to an understanding. Apparently not.
Oh, I'm sorry. If,
Boundaries are placed and made to be pushed, I suppose.
All right. So
With
if you
friends
haven't,
like these, fuck
Well,
you, Keller.
I did say that. Well, if maybe I said that I wasn't going to call her a bitch anymore, so crack whore should be acceptable. I mean, if we're on the scale,
Oh, man.
I don't know.
I implore you, if you have not heard Norm Macdonald's moth joke, please go to YouTube and watch it. It is by far one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard in my life. And it's a long joke, but just believe me, it's
I don't believe
hilarious.
You want to know one of my favorite jokes ever? I'm sure I've told you guys. What'd Cinderella say when she got to the ball?
You told me that one.
That's your favorite joke ever?
It's one of my favorite jokes. Yeah,
It's a great joke.
my grandpa told me that when I was a kid.
Well, I have a stupid joke that I think is hilarious.
Oh man.
It was shit. Now I can't remember it. Now that I
Oh,
said
you
that.
would. Come
Good
on.
job, man.
Come
Yay.
on.
Oh, it was about the men's journal. They placed an article that most Asian men above 50, I think it was like around 40% of Asian men above 50 had cataracts. Did you know what the other 60% had? Rinkin town cars.
Oh man. Well,
What happened?
there go those listeners.
What happened? What happened to the Jewish guy that ran full head on, full blast with a giant boner into a brick wall?
He broke his nose.
He broke his nose.
And sued the wall.
Oh.
Hey,
Film
okay.
the wall.
Here- So, two Jewish guys are walking down the beach.
Now we just got to let everyone know Mike is Jewish, so he can tell these jokes.
Sure. Considering I'm a lifelong Catholic, sure. Yeah.
Same thing.
Two Jewish guys. Two Jewish guys are walking down the beach, and they're reminiscing about their lives. And the first guy says, "Yeah, I used to be a factory owner, and I made really good money, and I was making overcoats for years, and was doing really good. And one day, my overcoat factory burned down, and I couldn't. I called the insurance company, and my policy was updated, so they paid it out, and I got a nice handsome sum, and I decided that I was going to retire." And the second Jewish guy says, "That's amazing. I have a very similar story. I used to make shoes in my factory. I owned a shoe factory. I used to make really good shoes, made great money. And then all of a sudden, one year, a hurricane came through and just wiped out my whole factory. And I too had paid up my insurance and everything. So we filed, and the insurance company paid me out. And I decided to retire as well." And the first Jewish guy is sitting there just baffled. He's like, "That's amazing. How did you start a hurricane?"
I had no idea where that was going. That was pretty good. That's amazing. How'd you start a hurricane?
I remember when I was younger, my dad told me a joke. He got on one knee and was like, "I'll be back."
Oh,
Wow.
cue sad music.
I'm going to compile a bunch of these and I'm going to send it to him.
Oh,
Yeah,
you,
fuck
wait,
you,
know where
man.
he's at?
Fuck you, Dad.
Yeah, no, right where he's at.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
We should do a special episode where we go interview him and see why he left such a piece of shit here.
I don't think I can take the emotional turmoil. No,
We
man,
can.
live and let live.
Like, what did you do to us? We could have a normal fucking guy.
I just went out for milk, man. I swear.
I don't know, man. I like who I am. I wouldn't change my upbringing.
Thank God, because somebody does.
Oh man.
Too easy of a target. Sorry. I apologize.
Oh, we love you, Jeremy. We love you. Just
I
like
think
you
I some,
were
sometimes I think I have problems because my parents are still together. It's like, what did I do wrong?
Every night I cry and then I masturbate with the tears as lube. That's
Awkward
it. There's no
silence.
joke.
Yeah, it's just sad.
Oh, you're lonely pitching your own tent.
Well, thank God everybody's okay after this storm. You know, I think we're all I'm grateful. You know, for
Oh yeah, we're
especially
still here to make jokes
exactly
and
you
have
know.
a good time. Still kicking.
Yep.
No, it could have been a lot a lot worse, especially
worse.
for me. So
There could have
Could
been
have
tree
been
limbs
double
with
the
those
leaves.
with
No,
those leaves.
no,
Imagine
I-
30-foot
I'm-
of leaves.
I'm grateful that I didn't have to deal with any of that stuff. I know a lot of people are really going through it right now. And
Yeah.
in all seriousness, I am grateful for where I'm at and what happened to me, which is nothing. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I did see
grateful.
something that was awesome from Jacksonville. Angie Subs. They've got pretty much a truckload full of stuff like in their parking lot that they're loading up to bring this way to Asheville.
Nice. That's
so
awesome.
they don't run out of food and water. But they were looking for somebody on social media or several people that were able-bodied to help lift all the stuff and load it up into the truck to help them take it down there.
Man, if
I'll
I
drive it.
yeah, if
Or
I didn't
up
have
there, rather.
if I didn't have my responsibilities here and I had the means, I would do it in a heartbeat. I really would.
Yeah.
No, I can't afford
Absolutely.
to lose my job or I'd be out there helping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's shitty that it has to be that way.
Yeah,
Because
I know.
I legitimately, and I know you do too, both of you, I would greatly like to help.
Yeah.
I really
Well,
would.
they actually have asked people not to help just because of how dangerous of a situation is right now.
Man,
Yeah.
fuck
And
them.
the government is handling it and the other agencies around.
Well, if you
So-
want to see the least efficient way to do something, ask the government to take charge.
Damn
Oh,
right.
I don't. I probably believe that. And there's been some uproar about it too. I've seen posts of people like, no, like I'm going to help. You can't tell me that I'm not going to help, and still getting donations and bringing it up there. So
Yeah.
I know that the death toll hasn't even reached what it actually is because there's so
Yeah.
many people still missing.
Yeah.
But they're saying that I've heard some things saying that it's probably going to be worse than Katrina, but I don't know if that's factual or not.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You know, I don't know if Donaldsonville or whatever it is just a shithole or if they still haven't recovered from Katrina.
1,392 total fatalities from Katrina.
And what are we at with this one?
160, I
No,
believe.
it's over that.
Is it?
Yeah,
hate-
from what
I
they
hate-
found so far, it's like 200 something. at
Yeah,
least.
it's like the second worst hurricane ever at this point, I believe. Because Andrew, only 65 people died, which I still can't believe that's the right number. But-
No.
But yeah, Katrina, 1,300 people, just absolutely awful. So
Well, it did rip through Atlanta too, didn't it?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's just for Asheville, the 200 something people that they found so far.
is that
That's not total.
Fuck, man, I hope Russell gets there quick.
God damn it.
I can't keep a straight face with that.
Yeah, CNN has 180. No, I hate talking in the abstract like this because that's 180 lives that are just gone, like that.
Yeah.
I hate talking like this. That's somebody's
Yep.
brother,
Well,
sister, husband.
Yeah.
And even if they did
Wife.
survive, I mean, then everything that you've owned is gone.
Yeah,
So
That's hard to fathom, man.
it is. It really is. I couldn't imagine just even if I made it out of something like that, then just having nowhere to go.
you'd figure it out.
Pitching a tent.
That's
yeah. I would figure it out because I would have to. But
exactly. That's my point. You would have to. I think that the human will is amazing. I think we have the abilities in these situations. And that was the one thing that struck me the whole time that we were going through it on Friday, was that me and my two friends were just sitting there. We never. I don't think I ever got scared. I was nervous, of course, but that will to persevere through whatever we were doing, whatever was going on, was like kind of kicked in and kind of give you that little shot of adrenaline. Like, okay, how can I figure this out? Where are my problem solving skills today? Where am I going to get this done?
At the Valvoline.
Exactly.
At the Valvoline. Did you get your oil change while you were there?
Should have.
Well, you missed an opportunity there and way to drop the ball.
You know, it's fun. It was the first thing that kicked in? My pole climbing thoughts. You know, how are you going to go up? How are you going to fix this stuff up these poles? How are you going to get all this stuff done? You know, where's the link go? That was one of the first things I looked at all the trees on these wires, everything.
Did you have your toners?
I was wishing I had a butt set at that point.
But you couldn't do any of it because you didn't have a FED. So
Yeah.
Oh, man. Did you have cones?
yeah, that's
No,
the first step.
I didn't.
Yeah, you're
Yep.
fired.
Yeah.
You're off the job.
Yep. Oh well.
Probably hiking boots with no 6-inch heel either.
6-inch heel.
Jesus Christ.
What kind of work you doing, Keller?
Bringing in
Well,
the money,
I'm
shaking
on the
that
pole.
ass.
I'm on the pole.
Yeah, you are.
No, actually, I don't work on the pole anymore. I just dig down in the ground.
Laying lines, digging holes.
Well, once again, I'm glad everybody's good. Keller, I'm glad everybody in your family's safe and good to go. And if you need, like I said, man, if you need anything, just holler. I'm not that far away.
I appreciate it, man. Same
Yeah, man.
here.
So.
I'm glad both of y'all are okay. I love you, bitches.
Oh, me too. I love you too, man.
Jeremy, I'll come help you clean up the leaves if you need it.
That's all good, man. It's I'm grateful
It's-
for my leaves. I'm coming to like them.
It's an apartment complex. They'll take care of them.
Yeah, I'm not worried. Exactly. I just didn't want to put that out there.
I just want to be nice, man. Come on, if he really wants to clean up the leaves, if the leaves is his thing, I will gladly come help.
I'll look out the window tomorrow morning, and someone's going to be out there with a blower, a rake, and a trash bag. So it'll be all right. It won't be me.
As always, like, follow, and subscribe. You know where to find us.
Be
Jeremy.
safe out there.
Take us out.
Look after each other,
Damn right.
cunts.
Holy man.
The Stalebread Podcast is Daniel Keller, Jeremy Pope, and Michael Koliznik, recorded live at SMG Studios, a division of SMG Communications. Executive producers Michael Koliznik and Tony Skipperson Clark.